Welcome dear students. Today's video lecture we are going to solve one more problem in the sections of solids in simple questions number 2. The cutting plane nature is the cutting plane is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Let's go and solve the problem. Yes. The problem is a hexagonal pyramid of base side 30 mm and axis height 65 mm is resting on HP by its base, with two of its base edges being perpendicular to VP. It is cut by a plane which is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. The cutting plane passes through the solid axis at a height of 40 mm. Draw the projections of the cut solid. So this is what the question in our hand now. As usual, we can start with the XY line. Yes. First, we need to draw the solid. Thereafter, we can cut the solid. Here, to draw the projections of the solid, the data given are up to this line. That is, hexagonal pyramid with its base dimensions we now know, and it's going to rest on HP by its base, simply by its base. How it is resting on HP with its base? With the two of its base edges being perpendicular to VP. So by this, we can simply imagine the resting condition of the solid with respect to the horizontal plane and vertical plane. The solid hexagonal pyramid is going to rest on HP by its base. The meantime, two of its base edges being perpendicular to VP, being perpendicular to VP, and then we can complete the base view of the solid. So clearly we can understood that the base will be obtained when you view it from the top. So we can start the answer from the top view by drawing the base view of the solid. The meantime, we have to maintain two of the base edges being perpendicular to VP. In the case of the hexagonal base, if you maintain one base edge perpendicular to VP, automatically when you complete the solid, one more base edge also will come perpendicular to VP. So in this way, we have to draw the things. Let me to draw the base view of the solid. Yes. And I have to rotate this solid in order to make one base edge being two of the base edges being perpendicular to VP. Right. With the 2H pencil only I need to draw now. It is actually a pyramid, so it's going to have the apex point. By connecting the opposite corners of the hexagonal base, we can mark the apex point of this solid now. Yes, in this way I can complete the base view of the solid. Meantime, I have to mark the corners starting from A, B, C, D, E, F and O. And now in order to draw the lateral view of the solid, I needed to project each and every corners in the top view. Now, the axis height of the solid given is 65 mm. For the height of 65 mm, I need to mark the apex point of the solid. Now, I have to mark the names of each and every corner, starting from A dash, B dash, C dash, F dash, D dash, E dash, and finally O dash. And now I have to highlight the slant edges in this pyramid. Yes. Now we just completed the projection of the solid. Then we have to consider about the cutting plane. The cutting plane given is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. That is, it's a type 1 cutting plane. The cutting plane is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP. So this cutting plane's trace as a straight line can be shown in the front view. That is, we are going to cut the lateral portion of the solid from the front view. The cutting plane further, it's going to meet the solid axis at the height of 40 mm. So you can see one point here. In the last problem, the location of the cutting plane with respect to axis is given as the cutting plane meet the solid axis 30 mm from the base. This is the data of the last problem. There, the location is clearly defined that you have to take the distance from the base 30 mm. So from the XY line in that problem, for that prism, from the base 30 mm, from the base 30 mm, we calculated the distance and make the cutting plane to cut the solid in the axis, through the axis. But in this problem, the data given is solid axis at a height of 40 mm, at a height of 40 mm. So the distance is not mentioned clearly, that is this 40 mm is from the base or from the apex, but the hint is height of 40 mm. If you see that word height of 40 mm, you have to take the distance from the base only. Okay, this is the another word which can replace the word from base. If you see the term at a height, this is nothing but from the base. So from the base you have to calculate 40 mm distance. The axis height of the solid is 65, so from the base you have to calculate nearly 40 mm. And then estimate the range at which the cutting plane is going to meet the solid axis. In this problem, the slant edges O dash, C dash and O dash, F dash are in line with the axis line. That's why I didn't highlight the axis with the dashed dotted line format. Okay, we need to give priority to the edges only rather than the axis line when you are going to view it in the lateral portion of the solid. Now I need to cut the solid with the given nature. The cutting plane is perpendicular to VP and parallel to HP, and it's going to meet the solid axis at the range 40 mm from the base. With the proper line format, I am going to draw the cutting plane. Yes, I have just cut the solid, and then first we need to mark the cut points. By this sectioning action, how many edges are affected by the cutting plane? So each and every edge, cut edge, should provide you a cut point. Here we have to find out this. Starting from the, you have to travel from any one extreme point of the cutting plane. Let me to start my travel from this point. I started my travel. Whenever intersection is there, there will be a cut point if based on the number of edges under intersection. Let me to do that. Yes, here the first intersection is there. In this intersection, just examine whether this is one edge is passing over this or two edges passing over this. O dash, A dash, O dash, B dash, two edges are passing, so I have to avoid two cut points here. P dash, Q dash, any one out of this can be goes inside the bracket. Now continue your travel. Here one more intersection is there, where it is an axis or edge. No, it is an edge. O dash, C dash, O dash, F dash, two edges are there, so we have to give two cut points here. Yes dash, out of this for any one alphabet you can give bracket, and then continue your travel. Again an intersection is there. Just examine how many edges are passing here. O dash, D dash, O dash, E dash, two edges, so you have to award two cut points. D dash, U dash. Right. Now you have to highlight the retained portion. So the cutting plane is cut the solid in this way, so that portion can be considered as the removed portion, and this portion can be considered as the retained portion as per our regular rule. So you have to highlight this retained portion with HB pencil. This is nothing but the retained portion of the solid. Just after marking the cut points in the front view, you need to project them towards the top view and mark them in their respective places. It is a pyramid, so marking the cut points from front view to top view, it's not easier when you compare with the prism sectioning. Here the work is somewhat bigger, but that also very easy like that. Just to project the cut points towards the top view. if you note one thing, if you want to project the R dash S dash in order to mark them in their respective slant edge in the top view, it's not possible. For example, see, I want to project the points P dash Q dash. The points P dash Q dash addresses, you can for our understand purpose, I'm writing it. The edge P, the edge P Q are in the edges OA, OB and OA respectively. The meanwhile, the R, S, T, U also having their own address. That is the edge, the cut point R is in OC, the cut point S is in OF, and the cut point T is in OD, and the cut point U is in OE. So in this way, each and every cut point is having its own address. In order to mark them in the top view, we have to project each cut point, project them and drop them in the respective slant edge in the top view. For that purpose only, I projected the cut points P and Q with a single projector. Since they are coincides with each other, only one projector is there. This projector is taking the points P and Q, P and Q, P and Q. So the address of P is OB, address of Q is OA. So I need to drop the point P in here, that is in OB, and point Q in OA, point Q in OA. In this way, I have to mark them in the top view. The meanwhile, I am projecting the point T and U. So this projector is for point T and U. The address of T is OD. So when this projector intersecting OD, I have to mark point T here, and when the projector meeting OE, I have to mark the point U. So in this way, I am marking the cut points in their respective place. But when you attempt to mark R and S in the same way, the projector of R and S will not intersect with OC and OF. So R and S have to be marked in OC and OF, but by projecting them from front view to top view, you cannot mark them by simply intersecting. Since these two edges are perpendicular to the XY line, so they are also perpendicular to XY in the front view. There is no possibility to mark them by projecting them. So what you can do now is, a separate method is there. By this method, we need to use the compass. In this after application, I am not provided with the compass, so I will explain you how you can do it. You can practice it with your paper. Just understand the procedure. So from the R dash, in this kind of situations, from the point R in the front view, for the point which is cannot be marked by projecting it towards the top view, just draw a straight line towards the extreme slant edge. In this problem, the extreme slant edge is OD and OE. Say I am marking them in the OD. Okay, in the OD, mark the point here and then project it. When you project it, this will come and drop in the same OD here, same OD here, and then with O as center, and the marked new point as radius, draw an arc towards where you need to mark the point R. So in this way, if you draw an arc, this will come at this point. The same way you can rotate arc and mark the S also. So in this way, you can mark the point R and S in the top view. Don't worry if you are not able to catch this procedure. When we are meeting in the classroom, along with the proper tools, I will explain you how to do this in right manner. So after marking the 6 cut points in the top view, the very first duty for you is to connect all them with the straight lines. with HB pencil. In this way we can complete the connecting the cut points. After that, whenever you are connected with the cut points, a surface will be bounded off. See here, a closed surface is produced. That surface you need to hatch with the 2H pencil. The closed surface only you need to hatch. With the proper rules you have to follow for the hatching the surface. These things are already discussed in the previous video lecture. How to hatch a surface and what are all the rules you have to follow when you are hatching a surface. After that, we have to highlight the retained portions in this base view also by means of the HB pencil. See here, all these things are already drawn with 2H pencil. Now the sectioning is over. The removed portion is nothing but this portion. That portion is removed portion. This is highlighted by drawing the retained portion with HB pencil in the lateral view of the solid. The same duty you have to do in the base view also. So in base view the retained portion is nothing but that portion. The removed portion is nothing but O2T, O2R, O2P, O2Q, O2S and O2U are the removed portions. So rest all are the retained portions. We have to highlight them with the HB pencil. So starting from the base, in this computer application it's already uh, drawn with thick borders. However, I am connecting them for your understanding purpose. In the meantime, the retained portion of the slant edges also have to be highlighted. just before the sectioning this edge is OC, but now it is RC. So I need to highlight RC span only. The same way before sectioning it is OF, but now it is SF. The same way before sectioning it's OB, now it is PB, and before sectioning it is OE, now it is UE. And before sectioning it is OA, now it is QA, and before sectioning it's OD, now it is TD. Now the answer is over. So in this way you can draw the front view, sectional top view, and the true shape of the this is actually the true shape. The front view and the sectional top view can be completed for this question. Practice this, practice the same with your proper tools in your answer sheet. Thank you.